Hey there friends, it's Miss Virginia here for a math video. We're going to do some math measurement today. We're going to measure length, how long or how short something is. And for our unit of measurement, we're going to use paper clips. So I have a chain of 10 paper clips and they're all the same. So when we're using a unit of measurement, it needs to be the same size every time. So these are all the same length paper clip. I can show you, I've got little box of them here. So this is one, and it's two. There we go. They're the same size paper clips. So they're gonna be able to measure. 2 paper clips is the same size, no matter which paper clips I use. So we're gonna use these chain of paper clips. I said I have 10, and we're gonna see how long some different objects are. First, we'll measure these lines with how many paper clips long they are, and then we'll do some other things that I have for us, okay? So the first rule of measuring is you always start on one end and you hold it there right where it starts. So if the line starts right here, I take my paper clip right to where the line starts. Not up here, not down here in the middle, not over here where I can't really tell, right on top and right where that line starts. So I've got one paper clip. Let's see, 2 paper clips. So this red line stops right here at the 2 paper clip. So I've got 2 paper clips that the red line is long, 2 paper clips. The red line is 2 paper clips long. All right, so let's see how long the green line is. I can tell with my eyes that just looking at it, this green line is a lot shorter than this red line. The red line is a little bit longer. And if this red line's 2 paper clips long, I bet you this green line is probably less than 2 paper clips long. Let's see. So I'll start right at the top, right where it starts, right there. And it's 1 paper clip long, just 1 paper clip long. And I'll stop right at the bottom. And I see it is 1 paper clip long. So I was right. This line is shorter than the red line. The green line is shorter. It is only 1 paper clip long. But the orange line is the largest one. So we kind of have a medium, small, and large, or big, short, long, whichever word you want to use for size. And I know this one's probably going to be more than 2 paper clips and more than 1 paper clip because it's a lot longer than the red and green line. So I think maybe it's gonna be 3 or 4 paper clips long, but I'm gonna measure to find out. So I'm using the same paper clips every time so that I know our measurement is consistent and the same. All right, I'll start right at the top and I'm gonna pull the paper clip straight. And there we go. This line is 1, 2, 3 paper clips long. 3 paper clips long. So I can write the number 3 for 3 paper clips long, which is more than 2 and 1. So I was able to measure these with paper clips. You could use any kind of consistent unit. You could use your feet and keep counting with your feet together. You could use your hands. You could use marshmallows or pretzel sticks or something like that to measure. And you can measure all different things in your house. You can measure how tall you are. You could use a ruler or a measuring tape if you have one in your house. You're gonna wanna ask an adult for help to use those, just so you can make sure you're using it correctly and can really read the numbers. But you can measure pretty much anything. Your books would be a fun and easy thing to measure, and you might wanna put them flat on the floor of the table so you can line up your measurement tool or your unit of measurement. So we'll erase these lines and we'll measure some other fun things. So we're gonna measure if she stays. Ooh, is Piggy gonna stay up there? No, Piggy doesn't wanna stay up there. I'll have to hold Piggy. All right, we're gonna measure Piggy and then we can measure Gerald. So I'm gonna measure Piggy from behind and I'm gonna put the paper clip right to the top where Piggy starts. So I'm not gonna put it up here and there's all this space between Piggy and the paper clip. I'm gonna put it right as tall as Piggy is, all right? So we'll pull down and we'll see how many paper clips long is Piggy. All right, I see 1, 2 paper clips. And kind of 1/2 of a paper clip. So not quite 3, unless actually we want to measure her leg. Let's see. We'll do it from the front. Oh, Piggy has 3 paper clips right to her foot. You can see it stops right there at the 3rd paper clip. Piggy is 3 paper clips long. So we'll have Piggy is 3 paper clips long. There we go. Piggy is 3 paper clips long. Let's measure Gerald. Gerald the elephant. And just like we did for Piggy, we measured from the tip of her head to the tip of her toe. We'll measure Gerald the same way, from the tip of his head to the tip of his toe, just so we're consistent and kind of doing the same thing for both. So I'll start at the top of his head, right there, where his head is, and we'll measure all the way down to the bottom. Make sure that's straight, all the way down to the bottom of his tippy toe. And we can see the bottom of his tippy toe comes right to this paper clip. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, 5. He's 5 paper clips long. So let's see if I can draw Gerald. There he is. And we said he is 5 paper clips long. So which one is longer? You might be able to tell by looking. If I stood them right next to each other, is Gerald longer or taller, or is Piggy taller? So we know Gerald is 5 paper clips long and Piggy is 3 paper clips long. Gerald is taller or longer, and Piggy is shorter. She's shorter than Gerald. She's also smaller than Gerald. He's quite much larger, but yep. So we can tell by how much they measure that Piggy was 3 paper clips and Gerald was 5 paper clips long. And now we can measure our good friend Pigeon. So we can measure him to his bottom like this, or we can measure him to his tippy toe legs. We'll try and do just to his bottom. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna line him up right there to the top of his head. It's lined up. And then I'll bring it all the way down to his leg, his tippy toes. And he is perfectly this many paper clips long. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. The pigeon is really tall if we stand him up on his legs. He is 8 paper clips long. So I'll try and draw the pigeon. There he is. All right. And I said 8 paper clips long. He is by far longer than Gerald is. He's a lot longer than Gerald is if we have them stand up on their feet. So just by looking at the numbers, we know 3 is smaller. Oh, and I accidentally made them going down. And 5 is larger than 3, but 5 is still smaller than 8. So we kind of did from smallest to largest, small, medium, and large for our Mo Willems friends. And the last thing we're going to measure, I hope I get a good view of them for you. A bonus for my friends who watch this math video. I have our lima beans that we've been growing. Let me back you up. I have our lima beans we've been growing, and we're gonna get to measure those. They are so tall. Look at these lima beans. There are the tiny seeds we planted, the little beans, and they're gonna pop off soon. They grew these huge plants. They have roots. You can see them down in the soil. They're crazy. I'm gonna have to move them outside soon. They're so big. So let me get something to stand these up on. There we go. So you can see the soil. That's even better. Okay, so you can see the soil where I'm gonna measure from. And I'll move. There you go, perfect. So we're gonna try and measure each lima bean. I'll try and kind of pull their leaves in and we can measure them right to this tippy tip. This one's got a small tip. It's not very large, or I can fold the leaves up and measure it up to there. But we're gonna just measure from the bottom up to this part right here in the middle, where the stem is gonna keep growing up. Not the leaves, but the center stem. You can use that word stem. So the part that goes right in, all the way, that sticks straight up. And we'll see which one's taller, which one's shorter, which one might be growing really fast. They all have really big leaves, but we'll do this one right here. Ooh, can you tell they've been leaning towards the sun all day? We'll do this one right here. So I'm gonna measure right to this little tip from the stem. So I'll start by putting it in the dirt right here. I'm not gonna stick it in, but I'm just gonna leave it right at the bottom where it starts. And I'm gonna come up to this, pinch it. There we go. All right, right to where this ends. If you can see where my finger is, I'm kind of moving it. And we'll see how many paper clips that is. 1, 2, 3, 4 paper clips. This first plant is 4 paper clips long. So this one right here is 4 paper clips long of the stem. So not the leaves, but just the stem from the bottom at the soil all the way up to this little tip right here. That's gonna keep growing. And maybe it's because it hasn't been against the sun. Maybe if I switch it, it'll grow taller. All right, we'll measure this one next. All right, pull these other ones out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna put this paper clips, the bottom paper clip right on the soil and make sure it's pressed straight. And I'm gonna pull all the way up to this. Should have had a friend help me do this one. There we go, right up to the top stem. Ooh, if you can see it. There we go. All right. Wow, this one's a lot longer. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paper clips long. 7. That's a lot longer than the first one we measured. So the first one was only 4 paper clips long. The second one is 7 paper clips long. Let's see if the third one's as long. So I'll start again at the soil and I'll measure up to the tippy tip. Try and back it up so you can see it again. All right, so I'm gonna drop the paper clip down to touch the dirt. Get out of there, leaf. And I'll pull the plant up straight next to it. Come on. Make sure everything is straight and even. Here we go. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 paper clips long. So the first plant was 4 paper clips long. The second plant was 7 paper clips long. And the third plant was 6 paper clips long. So they're all different, or they're all different. They're all different sizes. Maybe the beans or the seed was stronger, maybe they're getting more sunlight. Hopefully when I put them outside, they'll all get really tall and I'll be able to do a science video for you. And I hope you take some time at home to do some measurement. I'll post some other videos for you to use on how to properly measure and what things you can measure with at your house. And you can watch this video again if you enjoyed it. Bye-bye, friends.